Hello, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you are in. Thought we'd come in today, and because I haven't been on here in a few days, and want to work on some sell points today. We're definitely lacking some sell points in this map, so we're just going to get a few more in, and we'll end up pulling some out of Richie's Hollow and out of the Islands map, just to have some more variety. So I want to get rid of some of these trees and make a spot right here for the diner. Something like this. Just push these back towards the power line a little bit. Come on, give me the tree. Something like that. So now I'm going to open up the other map. Let's go with, let's crack open the hollow map first. We get the physical buildings in the map. Then we'll work on getting the sell points spawning in, the triggers, and then the XML work. But I figured at least we can get uh, the physical buildings in the map. I let me get a little bit of speed. I think this map has the diner in it. And we're going to pull the sports bar out of here at some point too. But I wanted to get this diner set up in. So let's grab the diner. No, we'll just grab this transform group. I'm going to export it to Ricciville, new buildings. And let's minimize that one. And that for now. So Ricciville, new buildings, diner, and we only have 3 texture files to fix, and I think all 3 of these textures are already in here. So let's save that. Alright, hold on. I wanted to hit save. So I want to close that. This I don't need open. That I don't need open. That I don't need open. This I don't need open. Alright, so close some of that crap we're not using. Alright, so now if I open up the diner, it should open with all of its textures with no errors. and it does. Let's just go 0, 0, 0 and save it. So that should spawn in with no errors and no missing textures. So let's go in here. Let's close some of these transform groups we don't need open. So let's create a transform group. It's going to be diner, and I'm going to put it in places. I'm going to import the diner in. I'm going to cut it from there. I'm going to paste it in here. And bam, there's our diner. And it's probably come down. Alright, let's get rid of this grass first of all, and then we'll get it so it's not floating. So let's go to grass, and it's on subtract, and let's go with asphalt, and let's go with the square for now. And we'll come in and fix the landscaping. Something like that, just to get us started. Now we could bring this back down. Something like that. And we're going to need a road across the back for a cell point. Something like this. Rid of the grass here. And we'll come up and clean up the edges. Alright, something like that, and then the diner itself has to sit on concrete. Let's give it a concrete base to sit on. Something like that. Alright, let's put some grass back in here that I messed up. And then something like this. I want to get, I think I'm going to pull this over a little bit further. So let's go back to grass. And let's get this closer to the diner. Yeah, something like that. Now let's grab a tree. No, too big. I don't like that. Let's grab one of these. Let's grab two of these. Something like this. Something like this. And we'll go some deco foliage, pick a flower. Let's go back to round. And let's go something like that. And that. And then we'll grab throw a light pole. Let's go closer to the front. Alright, something like that. What the heck? Let's work on the triggers as well. What we're going to do is we're going to export the ones in from the other map, and then we'll come back in and fix them later. Alright, so let me, I'm going to go, close some of this stuff we're not using. Something like that. So let's go File, Import, Maps, Placeables, Selling Station, Generic. No, where's it at? Oh, Selling Station, New. There we go. Sell Point to New 2. Edit, Interactive Placement, Bam. Flip it to 90. And let's go here. Something like that. So I think this one has the, yeah, it has the palette trigger and the bale trigger, so I like using this one. Now I want to grab, let's go here, minimize this a minute, let's go here, but I want to go to, no, the 16, the islands map, placeables, selling stations. I want to grab the diner XML. I want to copy that. Maps, placeables, selling station generic. I'm going to paste that into here. And we're going to open it with Notepad++. And we have to fix the pathing just to make sure the pathing is correct. So on this one it's actually maps, placeables, maps, placeables, selling stations, generic, and then, or was it not? Nope, it is selling station, selling station, maps placeables, selling station, new. So it's maps, placeables, selling station, new, and then sell point, sell point, new, 2. Alright, so we have our pathing correct. And this one has, since it's out of the islands map, it already has all the correct fill types. So let me leave that XML open for a minute. So I can minimize you. Let's bring the map up. Let's go back to here. I want to go to the, where is it? Items for this map. And let's grab this line here. I need a selling station placeable that I can copy right here. Perfect. And let's, actually I can copy this one. Let's copy this one, paste it right underneath it, and it is selling station, check the pathing again. Placeables should be selling station generic. So it's selling station generic, and it is selling station diner. And let's get our, alright, so we're going to be here for this one, and this one, and this one. It's going to go here, and rotation is 0, 90, and 0. Alright, now let's pull, we can delete that, and let's save the map. Wait for this to save. Now let's go here. We're on Ricciville Unzipped. I just want to make sure it spawns in with no errors before we put the next one in. Alright, so let's go start a new save game and see what spawns in. We got the bots are out early today. Alright, let's see if we have a diner. And we do. And we have a sell point for the diner. And nothing's floating. We still have to do parked cars, but we're going to do all of our parked cars last. And then we should have a diner now in the sell points, which we do. Alright, so let's get out of here. And I always check the log for errors. Alright, so which we should be fine because it spawned in and it was in this sell point. So shouldn't be any issues before we move on. Nope. Alright. So I can close that. So let's go back in. Yeah, back in this map. Let's come over here. I want to grab the sports bar. So let's come in here. Let's go back to Ricciville, new buildings. Now let's delete the diner because we're done with it. And let's grab the whole entire sports bar. We go File. I want to do this one on the desktop. This one scares me. There's a bunch of texture files. Let's go AAA new. So this is what we're going to work on. I'm going to go File, Export Selection with Files to my desktop. We're going to go Sports Bar. And I want to fix all the textures here so they don't mess up the textures that are already in my map. I know this is the longer way of doing it, but it's the safer way of doing it. Because I don't want to have to fix 100 textures that are already in my map. Alright, so now we need so up here I can open the textures, islands, placeables, no, islands, new buildings, new buildings, textures. And we need TSC. TSC. No, I don't want this one. I want this one. So it's TSC Sport. This is why. Let's copy that one into here. And this gets renamed TSC Sport. And then we want wool trucks. EEIO, this guy, which I think's already in there, but we'll put him back in there anyway. And then we want ruby red. This one. Alright, so let's fix this guy. And this guy. Alright, so now we can go into Richie's Island. It should be new buildings, textures. It should be the same one. 1x1 decab. No, it's not. Alright, so is it Richie's Islands? Is it just textures? No. Dot textures. It's usually new buildings textures, but I don't see a 1x1 here. Let me check the common files. Yep, here's where we want. Okay, so we want, that one has the Budweiser sign, so we want that one. It does not have the Domino sign. Do we pull it out of the, what, yeah, we're in the 16x map. No, we pulled it out of the, that's why, hold on. We're in the wrong mods folder. We pulled it out of the hollow map. New buildings, textures, there we go. So we want 1x1 decab. No, these are still all the wrong textures. Richie's Hollow textures. This is what we want, but we're going to rename them. We want this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I'm going to copy those. We're going to paste them here, but we're going to call them Sport. So they don't overwrite textures that are already named the same. We're going to go Sports after every one of them. And they won't overwrite textures that are already in the map. Rename Sports. Rename Sports. And then rename Sports. And then over here, won't have to worry about these when I import them into the map, overwriting files that are the same name, which I've done in the past. That's why I do it this way, the long way. It's much easier to fix it here than it is to fix 100 messed up texture files in the map. Alright, so those are fixed. The rest of these should be fairly simple. So I'm just going to move this over here. And then we're going to start and work our way down the list. These two. And then a Exobob. This one. And Firestone. Firestone, this one. And then GA Follow Me Car, this one. And then John Deere Diffuse. John Deere Diffuse, this one. And then Starfire Diffuse. This one. And this one? Yeah, this one. And then we can go back up to the top. Start in alphabetical order, all lowercase now. Antenna. Antenna. And then board and board 2. So we want board and board 2. Boot Tony. This one. Cabina. This one. And then Capoda and Capoda 1. These two. Carbeam. This one. This one. We're going to cut back on some of these texture files that we want. Komenzi, this one, Concrete Yellow, and then Corona Break, Corona Orange, CRV1. Copy these, paste them here. DIV. Yeah, we're going to cut out some of these texture files when I get everything transferred over. This one is going to go here, and then I want those two shaders, we'll skip for now and come back to them. Actually, let's cut a bunch of this out now. Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's open this up. We're going to be missing a bunch of textures, but we're going to cut this list down quite considerably. Let's go 0, 0, 0. If I eliminate these three cars take up a lot of texture files, so I'm going to delete them. We're going to use textures that are already in the map. So you are going to get deleted. You are going to get deleted. And you are going to get deleted. All right, now let's save this. And close it. And then reload this. That's going to cut way back on our texture files. So concrete yellow, we put the concrete yellow. Alright, so all those extra texture files we really didn't need because like most of them are those three cars. So all we need is concrete yellow. Where are you? B, C, concrete yellow. We need, let's move that one over. It was already there. Okay. We need handicap symbol. We need ice cream cart. And that's going to save a whole bunch of texture files going in the map. Nona. This one. Round bale hay. Round bale hay. These, no, this one and this one. And then white one. White one. And wood furniture set 2. Wood furniture set 2, this one. Now that's going to cut, like I said, this is going to cut way back on the amount of textures we're pulling into the map. Keep the file size smaller. Alright, so let's save you. Now let's close the i3D. Now if I open it here, we should have the sports bar, all of our textures, and no errors in the log. We do not, so we are good. And all of the signs should be correct. Backyard Grill, Bud Light, Budweiser, Poker Room. Alright, so this looks good. So now we can export it into the map without all those extra texture files. So let's go import, my games, Richie's Hollow, new buildings, sports bar. Are you kidding me? Cancel. File, export. Documents, My Games, Farm Sim 19, Mods, Ricciville, New Buildings, Sports Bar. There we go. I don't know what I did wrong the first time. Alright, so now if we close this, we go into Ricciville New Buildings, our sports bar, all the pathing is correct, and now when I open it, all the textures should be fine. And all the textures are fine. So let's close this, and now we can bring it into the map. Alright, so the sports bar I want to put up here by the beach. Or down by the beach, I should say. So come over here, and we're going to go create a new transform group, and it's going to be sports bar. And we're going to stick it in places. And now we're going to File, we're going to import our sports bar in. And now let's cut it from there, paste it into here, and then let's go edit, interactive placement, bam, right here by the beach. Now let's line it up kind of sort of with this building. Let's pull it up so the parking lots line up, something like this, and then we'll leave a little bit of a gap, and then let's get the sports bar, something like this. Make sure it's not floating, doesn't look floating, and then we can get rid of some of these extra. Actually, we can fence this back in better now, so it looks like it's a dining area. Or do we want to? No, we don't want to flip it around. Alright, so now we can fix the fencing. Alright, so let's start you. I can start you off at that angle. You actually look pretty good. So let's come across here, and then we can come back to -90. And make sure these have a rigid body. They do. Alright, I'm going to take my speed down. So let's fence the grill, the patio in. Something like that. And then let's come back here, turn it this way to 0. bring, yeah, let's take this guy, and can we go to minus 90? Where does that put us? And then we can slide that water tower back a little bit if I have to. Yeah, we'll have to slide this water tower back a little bit. And we have to make some slight adjustments to a couple of these fences to get them the right size. So let's take you, stretch you out a little bit, slide you down to where you meet, and then we'll take this guy, slide him out a little bit, and we'll take this guy, and we will shorten him up a little bit, like so. I can live with that. So let's take our, now let's take our parking lot. I think, what texture is that? Is it, I don't think it's concrete. I think it's concrete 1. Nope. So it's got to be asphalt. Let's come up here to asphalt. Yep. All right, that works. Back here, yeah, perfect. Something like that. They're going to have to drive around that telephone pole. Alright, come down for now. Alright, so we need a spot now to drop off to plop our cell point in. So let's take this up here, something like this. Come down and square it off as much as I can. Something like this. And we'll get some parked cars in here later. And let's get our cell point in, or our trigger to cell in. Alright, so let's go. Alright, let me get rid of some of this extra shit that's open that I don't need open. So you can close, there we go. Let's go File, Import, Ricciville, Maps, Placeables, Selling Station, Cell Point. Edit, Interactive Placement. Right about here. Yeah, we're going to have to bring a little bit more concrete out. Because I want that cell point to be about here. So let's go like this. Bring the concrete out. something like that. And are you on the ground? Yeah, you're on the ground. You're not floating. Alright, so now we just have to do this again. Let's take, let's come over to here. I want to go back to the islands map. Maps, nope. Placeables. Selling stations. I want the sports bar. This guy. Let's copy him. Ricciville. Maps. Placeables. Selling station generic. Let's paste it into here. So that's the sports bar. Let's edit it. Because we have to get our pathing correct. Alright, so this is going to be maps, placeables, selling station, new, and then it's going to be sell point new 2. Alright, so maps, placeables, selling station new, sell point new 2. Alright, so our pathing is now correct. So now we have to go to our items. Let's copy this line and paste it in, and then it's going to be selling station, a sports bar, XML, and then our pathing is going to be here, 100.994, and then this guy here, and then it's going to be 000. Oh, come on. You're going to be 000. Alright, so let's save that. Let's delete this back out, and then we'll save. Queen Chris, morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if we have much in chat, but it's good morning and happy Thanksgiving. I don't know how many are watching. I can't see my stream. Haven't worked on Ricciville in a few days, so I thought I'd come in and get a few new sell points in and get that off the list. Alright, so again, I like to check one at a time to make sure they spawn in and there's no errors in the log. So let's crank this up. And we will check the log real quick. And make sure the sports bar has a hot spot and it's spawned in. pull the map up. Yep, we have our sports bar. We have our sports bar. The triggers spawned in. Yet nothing is floating. Yep, nothing's floating. Alright, so we have our... Oh, I gotta move the water tower because it's sticking out of the fence a little bit. So I gotta push that back just a hair. But we have our sports bar. We have our sports bar in this cell point. We have our sports bar in this cell point. We do. Fantastic. Alright. Let's get out of here. First thing I want to do is just check the log. Make sure we've got no weirdness going on. Alright, so no weirdness going on with the sports bar. Alright, so back in here, now we can get more speed back. What I'm planning on doing with this area here is just leaving it open for placeables. But let's fly back here. I want to bring the I want to bring in 2 more cell points. I want to bring in, I don't know how much room I have over here. I want to look at this BGA area and see if I can steal part of the parking lot. Yeah, let's tighten this BGA up a little bit. So let's get rid of we don't need, let's see, let's get rid of this building here. Oh crap, it's connected to that. Alright, so what do I have to, silo attachment. Alright, so you can go. You can go. And yeah, you can go. So that gets rid of all that crap. These props are a pain because you have to delete them one at a time. I've done this a few times already. How Giants puts all their crap in the map. So you can go, you can go. You can go. We gotta get rid of these security cameras that are floating. You can go. Security camera. Trash bin. Now I shouldn't have any more props floating over here. We do. So you have to go. You have to go. You have to go. You have to go. You can go. You can go. switch box can go, and you can go. Alright, so that gets rid of all those props. Now let's pull the fence back. So this guy can go. This guy can go. Alright, so now let's grab our concrete texture. Looks like there's a patch in the concrete, but I can live with that. Alright, so this gives us room to put either none of Riccie's or Aldi's in. But I want to pull back on the BGA. Let's look at our farmland XML. So the BGA, that's BGA North. Where's BGA South? Did I miss it? BGA North, placeable area, field, grassy field near Wendy's, field, silo, outer forest, inner forest, castle, home farm. We're getting closer. Did I not put South BGA? 1, 2, 5, and 6. So that is wrong one. Farmlands is going to be 1, 2, 5, and 6. And was it number 102? It was number 102. Alright, so you cover that whole area. Alright, so let's do this. So the BJ is a little bit cheaper. Let's turn you off a second. Let's use the farmland that we're currently not using, and let's call it Aldi. So I'm going to pull all these in. So it's going to be farmland 69 and farmland 69 is going to be 0, 2, and 6. So let's go to square. Let's go to 0, 2, and 6 should be 69. And let's paint in an area for our new sell points that's not going to interfere with the BGA when they buy the BGA. Something like this. And then down here. So now this piece of property is independent of the BGA. Alright, perfect. Now let's go to let's go to alright, this is Riccie's Hollow. Let's close this. Let's go to Richie's Island. Let's crack this map open. So give me like 2 or 3 minutes, I'll be right back. Alright, so I want to grab, out of this map, I want to grab the Aldi. So let's go to places. I want to go to Aldi. Should be over here somewhere. Yep, on the other side of the mountain. I want to see if I can pull it out in one transform group or if I have to pull it out in separate transform groups. Oh, come on, give me a little bit of speed. I don't want to be inching across the damn map. I may have to pull this out in pieces because I don't think it's... Yeah, my transform group is not zeroed out. Alright, so let's pull out the market. I'm going to export... I'm going to export this to my desktop and then fix the textures. So let's go Aldi main. I'm going to go Aldi 2. And then what else do I have there? Floodlights I don't need. Oh, that's it. So just those 2 buildings. Alright, so let's minimize you. Minimize you a second. Alright, so let's go Aldi main. Alright, so we're going to have to go into... Alright, so let's go textures. From the common files, we need the Aldi logo. So let's put you here. From the islands map, common files, textures, we need the Aldi logo. This guy. Let's copy him over to here. So that fixes this one. And then all the rest are going to be new buildings, textures. We can copy all of these. Let's go like this. Let's copy all of these. To textures. And then we can shorten this mess to textures. And then let's save that. Let's close that one. And then let's go Aldi main. Was that Aldi 2 that we just fixed? No, but these, no, we have all the textures, so this one's easy. Search, replace all, and save. So now when we open this up, we shouldn't have any texture issues or errors. Alright, so this one, let's just go, so let's save you, file, export selection with files, Ricciville, new buildings, and this one was Aldi 2. And then let's grab Aldi main, and there's no texture errors in the log. So let's save that, and let's go file, export, Aldi main. Alright, so this one, close you for now to get it out of the way. Alright, so let's create a, close some of this stuff we don't need open. Diner, sports bar. Let's create a transform group. We'll call it Aldi. Let us cut it from there, throw it in here, and now let's go file, import Aldi main, let's cut it from there, put it in here, and then go edit interactive placement. Bam. So here's our Aldi main building. And we're going to have to make sure it's not on the VGA property. But something like that. Floating? You are, I don't think you're floating. You don't look like you're floating. And then what we can do, let's go file, import Aldi 2. Cut it from there, let's paste it here. And then go edit. And let's see what this guy looks like. He's just a little extra warehouse. I've got an idea. Let's put him, let's go to 90. Let's put him back here. Something like this. Let's actually face him this way. Maybe something like this. I know it's going to stick out a little bit further, but we could put the Aldi sell point like right there between the two. And we have a parking lot out front. And we can get our sell point in here. Let's Let's give this a quick save. While that's saved, and I want to go into here, placeable selling station generic. So we're going to bring in all these, which we don't have in here, and we're going to, do I have LM? No, so we're going to bring in, let this finish saving. Alright, now we're going to go minimize this one. Let's go into, back into this map, and I want none of Richie's. I just want the main building. They don't have room for all these extra little buildings. So let's go File, Export. I'm going to put it to the desktop first and fix the none of Richie. I want to fix the textures on the desktop. So let's open you back up. So none of Richie's. We have, alright, so we're going to have to fix, let's fix these first. Let's grab all of these and put them in here. So let's go continue. So all of these are fixed. Alright, so now we just have to fix the ones from the common files. So you can stay here. I need common files right where we're at. I need, what do I need? Decab 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right? Yep, 1 by 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we need 1 by 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to do something even a little bit different. Let's go new folder. I'm going to paste them in here, and then I want to name them Nuna, just so they have that extra layer of protection, so we don't duplicate anything that's already in the map. Rename and rename. Alright, so now let's take these, copy them and put them in here, and then let's go Nuna and then now we can fix this path. Oh, nope, 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 nope. I messed something up. From here to here. Yep, that looks better. Alright, so let's save this. Now, when we open this back up, we shouldn't have any texture issues. So let's go 0, 0, 0. And all of our textures are fixed. Yeah, all of our textures are fixed. Alright, so let's save that. File, export. Ricciville, new buildings. Not a Ritchie. So we close that. We can close that. So let's come back into here to this map. We're going to create a transform group. Call it Nona Ritchie. Let's cut it from there. Let's paste it into here. And let's go import in Nona Ritchie's. And then we can cut it from there, paste it here. And we could put that one here. So let's pull it back and over. Let's try and get it lined up, kind of sort of with this building. Something like this. Make sure it's not floating. Down a hair. Did that sink these tires into the ground? It did. Something like that. And then we have room. Yeah, we have room behind it to put a cell trigger down. Alright, so now let's go file, import, maps, placeables, cell point new 2, edit, interactive placement, bam. So this will be a cell point for Aldi. Let's put it about here. Or the cell trigger, I should say, for Aldi. Let's put it about here. That works. Alright, so now let's grab... What are you? Okay, I can close you. I want to go Ritchie Islands, placeables, selling stations. I want Aldi. Let's copy that. And let's put it into the Ricciville map. So right where I was. Let's paste that one in, and let's paste in, let's grab another Ritchie's. Let's copy that one, and then paste this one in so we have it. Alright, let's go to Aldi's. Let's get it open. And we have to fix the pathing. So it's going to be maps, placeables, selling station new, and then cell point, new 2. minimize you for now. Back to items. Let's copy this and paste it here. And this is going to be selling station Aldi ALDI. And then let's get our coordinates. 100.922. And this one. And then it's at 0, 0, and 0. Alright, so let's save that. So that is Aldi. So now let's come over here. Let's spin it this way to 90. And let's put our sell point in for Nona Ricciville about here. Something like this. So let's go back to here. Let's open up Nona Ricciville. And then we have to fix the pathing. So let's go maps, placeables, selling station new, and sell point new 2. Alright, so let's save that. Let's go back to our items. Let's copy this one and paste it back in. And then this one is NONARICCIS. And then let's get our X, Y, and Z. Goes here, and this one goes here, and then you are minus 180, 90, and 180. Alright, save you. So now let's delete this out and save the map. Papa Smurf, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping in. I did not read your Facebook messages yet. Unfortunately, I'm still only one monitor. Just trying to get the sell points in the Ricciville map off the to-do list. Alright, so let's crank up the game real quick and make sure they're spawning in without any errors. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stream, because they're waking up and they're going to want a hand cleaning before company comes over today. 'Cause I know she'll be getting up soon to throw the ham in the oven. And I know she's going to want to sweep and run the vacuum. So I thought I'd sneak on early today and try and get a little bit of work done before the house gets super crazy. Alright, so now we should have over here by the BGA. Okay, so we have, I see Aldi's, I don't see none of Riccie's. Oh, we do have both. So we have Aldi's and we have none of Riccie's. Fantastic. So there's the sell point for none of Riccie's that spawned in. Here is the trigger for Aldi that spawned in. Prices. So we have Aldi. So we have that those prices spawned in. So that's working. And none of Riccie's is working as well. Fantastic. So let's get out of here. Well, I got really great news for you. I have fixed for all 3 maps. For the red dirt smoke, I'm testing. Oh, fantastic. Alright, so let's get out of here. And just go in and check the log real quick. Make sure we got no weirdness going on. And the log is clean. Alright, so I close that one, close that one. The last sell point I want to bring in is Dexter's. So let's grab Dexter's. Crap, we're gonna have to bring this in. Yep, okay, from parking lot, yeah, just this one. Alright, so let's go File, Export. I'm gonna take it back to the desktop because I want to fix the textures. Let's go Dexter's. And then I'm gonna leave this open for now, but I don't think I'm gonna pull any more cell points out. But let's come over here. Go to Dexter's and see what we have to fix. Alright, so we can go new buildings. Let's grab this whole mess and put it in here. So that takes care of these. And then now we just have to fix the signs. So we have to go back to Riccie's Island. Nope, common files. So we have to go common files, textures, and then we want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 D. Let's put them in here. So we want 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, and 10D. Let's copy these, paste them here, and let's go rename these Dexter, this one to Dexter. Let's rename this one this one, and this one. Alright, so now I'm going to take, where's my other folder? This one. Oh, I'm in the same folder. Alright, so we want Dexter, 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 and Dexter. Let's copy these and put them in the main texture file. And so now we can come in here and rename these. This way they won't overwrite any files that are already in the map. And it optimizes it at the same time. Alright, so now we can close that. And when we open it up, we shouldn't have any texture issues or missing texture. And we don't. So let's go File, Export, Ricciville, New Buildings, Dexters. And then we can close this, we can close that. Let's go back into Ricciville. Now, where do we want to put Dexters? I don't have a spot for it picked out. And I just lost my mouse. Oh, crap. Alright, I don't know what I did, but I had lost my mouse there for a minute. Alright, so where do we want to put Dexters? Somewhere kind of sort of near the city, but kind of sort of not. Where do I want to put Dexters? See what we've got going on over here. Alright, hang on guys. I'm going to save this, close it, and reopen it because it's acting really weird. Pretty sad building and working on my map and ending up fixing your maps instead. Yeah, I want to close this. I want to close the other map because I've got some kind of weirdness going on with the editor right now, and it won't even let me move, and I'm losing my mouse. So I'd rather save it, close it, and reopen it. Alright, so let's close you. Yeah, it's not even closing. I got some kind of weirdness going on with the editor right now. Let's close you. And then let's go back in here to Ricciville. Maps. And then let's reopen this. Yeah, I don't want to completely lose the day. I know we got a family coming over today and a big turkey dinner and all that, but I wanted to get on here a little bit and get something done. So I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning and could not fall back to sleep. Alright, so let me get a little bit of speed. Let me come back over here and make sure we got no weirdness going on over here. We still have our buildings. Alright, so we still have our buildings. I don't know what was going on with the editor. It wouldn't let me move. I kept losing my mouse. I want to see if I can put... What do we have going on over here? We have... How big is Dexter's? Let's create a transform group. Let's call it Dexter's. Let's cut it from there. Let's put it in places. And then let's import in. Let's go File, Import, Dexter's. I'm going to cut it from there, put it in here. And can I, if I take out a few trees, can I get you over here? No, so we don't have any room to put the cell point down. Alright, so let's go over here. Let's get rid of this guy and this guy. Let's come back here. Let's close that. And let's grab Dexter's. How will you look over here next to Wendy's? If we go something like this. And yep, and we'll put the cell point behind you. So let's go something like this. Drive around back, drop off the goods, and then come back out on this side. I can live with that. Yeah, I can live with that. Alright, so let's go... where are we? Let's go to... I think it's asphalt. It is. So we're going to want a road coming in. Just rough this in really quick. Around back. So we can have a cell point and then come back out on this side. Something like that. And then let's get rid of this grass. And we'll come back in and clean it up. Because I don't want to do any placeable cell points. I want them all built into the map, and this map did not have a lot of cell points in it compared to the other two maps. Something like that. Alright, so now let's grab, we may have to push this back a little bit more, but let's grab this parking lot, duplicate it, let's throw it in here, and then we can slide it over. We can slide it over. Something like that. Yeah, let's push him. Let's go back a little bit further. Something like that. We got nothing floating. No, everything looks like it's on the ground. Alright, now let's take our parking lot and clean it up. So we'll drive around back, we'll put our cell point back here, our triggers, and then we'll come back out, something like that. Something like that. I can live with that. Puts it over by the commercial district, but what farmland is it in now? We're going to have to fix the farmlands. This is what happens when you try and stuff shit in a map that's already done. Let's try and find Wendy's. Yeah, Wendy's and Casey's. Bit 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's come down here to farmlands, and it's 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep, let's move this guy over. Something like this. Yep, so this is all now in the same farmland. I can live with that, so that the farmland's fixed. Now let's go File, Import, Maps, Placeables, Cell Point New 2, something like this. So let's go -55. Let's go -56. And then let's get this guy somewhere about here. Alright, so that's going to be our trigger. So now we have to go Ricciville, Maps, Placeables, Selling Station Generic, Ritchie Islands. I want to grab Dexter's. Let's copy that and paste it into here. And we have to fix the pathing. Yep, let's fix the pathing. So it's going to be Maps, Placeables, Selling Station New, and it's going to be Sell Point New 2. Alright, so that fixes that. Let's go to our items. Let's copy this, paste it in here, and it is Dexter's. So that fixes that pathing. And now we just have to get our coordinates. 100.922, that can stay here, and then it's going to be 0, it's going to be minus 56. And it's going to be 0. Alright, so let's save you. Let's delete the trigger and save the map. And let's see if Dexter spawns in without any errors. And we can come back and clean up some landscaping. So that would be Dexter's, so let's crank this back up. And we should have our cell point Dexter's back in the map. And I'm just going to go through the list of Ritchie Islands, just through the XMLs really quick and see if there's anything else I want to bring in. But I don't think there was. Alright, so over here now we have Dexter's. Okay. Did I hit the wrong one? I did hit the wrong one. I hit the poultry house. This one's Dexter's. There we go. Let's make sure nothing's floating. All my signs are correct. Yeah, nothing's floating. Alright, cool. And we should have Dexter's now in the price menu. And we do. Honey and wax, beer, caviar, feather dusters, moonshine, cigars, hemp ale. Yep, alright, so we're good. So we got Dexter's in here. So a little bit of landscaping. Alright, so let's come back in here and then let's take this tree and let's sort of build a divider and separate him from the grass field. And the noise begins. Oh, she's got the vacuum out. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stay on. This is pretty much what I was waiting for. So, finish up the landscaping on here and then I'm going to get out of here. Something like that. And that separates Dexter's from that field. So now let's go with let's take this guy and go here's what I want to do. Let's take our asphalt back like this. Something like that. Something like that. Something like this. Let's grab a fireplace. Let's throw a fireplace back here. Something like that. And let's bring a couple tables out. Something like this. Something like that. That'll work. So that finishes off Dexter's. Let's save that. Let's go into the islands map. So all these we have. Castle Cafe, it's already in the Ricciville map. Dexter's Dominoes. I don't think I'm going to bring Dominoes in. We can sell pizza in some other ones. We do need to bring in Freddy's Firewood, though. So we have to bring Freddy's Firewood in. So we have no place to sell firewood on this map. You know, I gotta pop out really quick and check in and see if they need any help. So as soon as this is done saving, I definitely have some weirdness going on today with the editor. We are going to take part of this grass out and we're going to put a sell point here for firewood. But I will be right back. Let me check in on the family. Okay, so they are good. I grabbed a fresh cup of coffee. So let's get Freddy's firewood in here next. So let's get rid of this tree and this tree. Let's move this guy back, and let's make a few more. Something like that. Alright, so now let's get rid of these crazy ass bushes. Let's go with some kind of a forest ground. So something like, let's get rid of this. Yeah, let's go forest ground right out to the road. We're going to need a driveway coming in to sell our firewood. So let's go something like this. Let's get rid of these crazy bushes and grass. Something like this. And now we can put a little bit of grass growing back up through here, but regular grass. And not those crazy bushes. So I don't mind a little bit of grass growing up in the firewood. Alright, so now let's go File, Import, Cell Point 2. Let's turn you this way to 90. You came in at the right height, so that's good. So let's get our cell point here, like so. Something about here. And then let's get some rough dirt. And then let's go like this so we can drive in. We can sell, then we can drive out. Something like that. Something like that. Let's get our, come on, the rest of my dirt texture. Like that. So that'll work. So now let's get the XML work done for Freddy's. So let's grab that one. Let's copy this into here. Let's open this one up. So minimize you. And then let's fix the pathing. So maps placeables, selling station new, and then cell point new 2. So that fixes the path. Textures we're done with. So this is now selling station. FREDDIES firewood. Freddy's firewood. And then let's get our position. And this guy is going to go here. And then we're going to go 0, 90, and 0. Alright, so that is Freddy's firewood in. This guy, what else do we have? We need some kind of a bank to sell our gold. Where are we currently selling gold? We're selling it into scrap metals and Louis. Okay, we don't have a bank in this map. We're going to take it out of Louis because we don't need to be taking gold to Lowe's. But I don't mind selling it to Sammy's. So I can live with that. We don't need a bank. Jim's Auto, we already have. Yep, so Jim's Auto is already in here. KFC. We do not have KFC as a sell point in this map. Let's go look at KFC. And if there's room, we'll add a sell point to KFC. Alright, do we have McDonald's as a sell point in this map? We do not. Alright, so let's add a sell point to KFC. Import new 2. And about here in the parking lot, we can come in and sell products to KFC. Right about there. So let's grab KFC. Let's copy this. Put it in here. And then let's fix the pathing. It's going to be maps. Maps. It's going to be station new. And it's going to be sell point new 2. And then under items, let's go with selling station KFC. And then let's get our coordinates. 100.922 can stay, and it's going to be 0, 0, and 0. Alright, so that is KFC. So let's go back here. So KFC is done. Let's look what else is in the old map. Landfill. We're going to use Sammy's instead. We have Lowe's, we have Lucy's, we have Mary's, we now have Nona Richie's. Nursing home I'm not going to put in here. We have Pete's, we have the sports bar. Tractor Supply I'm not going to need. Walmart I'm not going to put in here. Alright, so I think this is all of our sell points. So that adds like, how many more sell points did we add to the map today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gives us a lot more variety for sell points in this map. Alright, so this can go. Let's save this. And we'll go back in and make sure that Freddy's Firewood's good and KFC spawns in. And then I'm going to get out of here for the day. And it's going to be family time. And then, depending on what time all the company leaves and the house gets cleaned up, may jump back in after dinner to see what I'm going to see what else is on my to-do list. I know we have parked cars and the seaweed pond are the two, I think the last two major projects left. I'm going to leave this open for a minute, but let's go back in here. Let's see if those two sell points are fine. And then I'm going to get out of here for the day. I'm going to try and get on after dinner if the house is quiet. So we should now have Freddy's Firewood, which we do. Fantastic. And we should have, where is it? We should now have KFC, which we do. How dare you walk through my sell point? What's wrong with you, buddy? Oh, sure, you're gonna come and chase me now? I got in your face, what, you're gonna chase me? Alright, let's see if they spawned into the sell points. Alright, we have Freddy's Firewood. We should have firewood in here somewhere. Alright, so we have Freddy's Firewood. And then we should now have KFC. And we do. Oh sure, now you're gonna come over and walk through my sell point? You people just won't leave me alone today. And that sell point may be floating a bit. It is. We're gonna have to bring that sell point down a hair. It's floating a little bit. Is Freddy's float? Are they all floating? Let's go back to Freddy's. Are you floating? You don't look like you're floating. But the one it could be just the way it is with the stripes. No, it looks like you're floating a little bit too. Alright, hold on. Let's go back in game. Or let's go back in the editor. And then I gotta get out of here. Let's go back in the editor. Let's spawn that cell point back in. And let's put it here. I don't need to worry about the X and the Y. I just want to, or the X and the Z. I just want to see. Let me take my speed down. if we need to lower this a bit. So we're currently at 100.922, which they're all sitting at. Does this need to come down a little bit? It does. So we need to bring them all down to 100.8. Nope. 100.8 is going to be too low. So let's go 100.81. Let's just round it up. I don't like 13. Let's go 100.815. So these are going to have to go 100.815 on KFC. 100.815 on Freddy's. Let's bring Dexter's down. So it's not floating. None of Richie's. Lower that one. Let's lower Aldi's. Let's lower the sports bar. Where was the sports bar? Sports bar was on the beach. Let me leave that one alone. The diner. Let's lower the diner, and we'll go in and check all of these. 815, and then Sally's. Alright, so let's check. Let's go save that. So let's delete you back out, and we don't need to save anything on the map because we didn't make any changes. So now let's go back in here and see if they're not, make sure they're not floating. So let's go back to, grab my Xbox One controls so I can get the right buttons. Alright, so let's go back to, where were we? No, not the farm silo. Oh, other side of the river. Let's go back to KFC. And you should not be floating anymore. You're not floating anymore. Are you going to walk through the stripes, or are you going to walk over the stripes? This time you're going to walk on the stripe. Okay, cool. So you're not floating anymore. What else do we need to check? What else did I put in? Let's go to the diner. The diner is no longer floating. Let's go over to Dexter's. Dexter's is no longer floating, so let's check the firewood. Firewood is no longer floating. What else did I put in? I'll come over here to the BGA. Let's check. That was KFC. Let's go over to Aldi. Alright, so you don't look like you're floating. None of Richie's or Aldi's. Alright, so you're back on the ground. Let's check the sports bar. That looks like it's flowing a little bit. So we're going to have to fix the sports bar. And then let's go back. I'll go up to the top of the mountain and check Sally's. That one's flat on the ground. That one's not flowing. So the only one we have to fix is the sports bar. I just need to lower the sports bar a little bit. And then I'm going to get out of here. So let me fly down to the sports bar. We'll spawn that one back in and then we'll lower it. This map is getting really close to being ready for testing. My to-do list is getting smaller and smaller, and I'm not adding any more to it. Alright, so let's spawn. Let's import that cell point back in. And I'm not worried about my X and Z. We just need to check on the Y. 100.9. Where does 100.9 put us? Where does 100.8 put us? In the ground. 0.85, 6, 7, 8. No, let's just go back to 100.9. So let's just go straight 100.9 on the sports bar. And that'll sink it into the ground a little bit. That'll take it down so it's not floating. Alright, so I'm going to delete you. I'm going to save the map one more time and get out of here. I hope so, Papa Smurf. I hope so. So you can't wait to get in there. Yeah, I can't wait to get in here too. Let me actually, while that's saving, I'm going to get out of here. I'm not even going to put my ending soon screen on. I'm just going to straight get out of here. So what's left on? So power cell production, I can cross off my list. That's done. A water field is done. I can cross that off my list. I've got 2 pages. Let me flip over to the other page. I have to fix the XML for the rest of the cell points to get all the new product in them, just to balance out pricing. I have to update the silos to put the new material in. So that's just XML work. I have to paint the snow mask. That's about a 2 or 3 hour project. I have to put parked cars in on all the new buildings. That's like a half an hour. I have to build the seaweed pond. That'll probably be about 2 hours. And then I want to see if I can get bone meal, seaweed, and compost in as fertilizer. And that should only take a few hours. Yeah, I'm hoping in the next day or two I can have this map ready for testing. But I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day and stopping in. I am going to get out of here. It's going to be family time. If the house is quiet after dinner, we'll jump on back in this map and we'll see how much more we can knock out of this map.